Okay, from beautiful and hot and dry
Yeah.
Southern California, you've been waiting for it, and here it is, the Suzanne Somers Show.
I love your introductions. Thank you. Hi, Carolina.
How are you?
Good. He said it's beautiful and hot here today. When the local weather guy in the desert says, get ready, it's going to be hot this weekend. When it's already 110, you think, oh, okay, it's going to be hot this weekend. What's the temperature now, Al? Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
What is it? I bet it's 109.
Not quite.
What is it?
It's 112.
Oh, it's a oof. Oof is right. Wow.
And let's see what it's going to be.
Wow, I'm changing my attitude about it. Because when it's this hot, I walk out of our bedroom is like a little house up there. So it's kind of okay. We leave it to go to the kitchen, and we leave it to go to the pool and the cabana and things like that. But mainly during the hot months, we spend most of the time in our little house up there. And I'm used to walking out the door going, oh God, it's so awful, awful, and awful. I decided to change my whole attitude about it and say, it's really kind of nice, isn't it, Alan?
Well, I've always liked it.
You do.
I've
You
always liked
actually
it.
do. You like it this hot.
I walk out and
Because you're of the desert.
leaving that air conditioning is a gift, even though we need it to
Imagine
live.
life without the air conditioning.
Right.
Well,
Well,
when we bought this house,
had
there was
no
no
air
air
conditioning.
conditioning. Yeah.
Because everyone in the desert in those days, the first time the temperature went to 100, they would all take off.
Yeah. So today, just to let you know what we've got, the other day when I went, it's not so hot. I think we could go to Big Al's bar tonight. So everyone looked at me like, really? And Caroline said, really? And Alan said, really? And I said, no, it feels nice. So we moved the lights out there, no easy feet. And then our phones, it was so hot that the phones that we do the show, we record on, got so hot that we lost first Instagram, then we lost Facebook, and we never got to really present what we were presenting. So this is a redo. I'm live, we're back in the cool, but we've got, I look at this and I'm thinking of Sound of Music. I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. And that's what I'm saying that because all my favorite things are here. For those of you who are new to the line, if I were starting my Suzanne Organics line, I'd start with these things, and I'll tell you what they are. For those of you who've been with me for a long time, these are your favorite things because these are the things you order over and over. And when I look at what we've got here, we've got, I'll tell you, I'm just going to go through them quickly. We've got the Bioactive Moisturizer, which is, it's the best moisturizer I've ever used. We've got the Liquid Oxygen. What do you got to say about the Liquid Oxygen, Al?
That's my favorite product. I use it every morning.
Yeah.
And actually, after I have my daily nap,
Yeah.
which I've come to really enjoy,
Yeah.
I'm a little punchy,
Yeah.
and I put that all over my face, and suddenly it's, hello!
Yeah. And then the Ageless Serum. This kind of was one of the products that started me on the organic line because I used to use a very expensive product that was made from sea algae. And it was like $150 a jar. And I started doing Three's Company. I thought, well, I'm making money for the first time in my life, and I can afford $150. So I took that cream to my formulator when we first started many years ago, and I said, can you get anywhere near this? She said, oh, I can do so much better. I said, what do you mean? She said, well, to make that cream with the sea algae and to turn it into cream, she said, you have to mix oil and water. If you remember in your chemistry, you can't mix oil and water, but in the cosmetic industry, you mix oil and water by denaturing the water. Go figure. That means taking the wet out of the water. Don't ask me how. I don't know. Beyond my scope.
They do it with
But
chemicals.
it's a chemical process. And the chemical process dries out the water so you can mix the two components together and make cream. And then you put it on. But guess what? The denaturing process, the drying out process, makes you need to reapply and reapply and reapply. And that's why you go through a $150 jar so fast? Well, not with this, not with the Ageless Serum. This is sea algae from purified water and African birch. There are a few other things in there too, but African birch was used in Africa for centuries as medicine. So you're getting sea algae, which is the buzz in beauty. It's a peptide that's the buzz in relative to wrinkles, okay? And you had an interesting description before the show. You were saying, Caroline, about the balloon.
Oh, well, are you on liquid oxygen or Ageless Serum?
I'm on Ageless Serum. Oh, you want to talk?
Yeah, the Ageless Serum, we were talking about how it helps restore the look of elasticity in your skin. So if you think of a rubber band, when it gets all dried out and it kind of loses its spring and it gets a little crackly and dry, what this does with all those amazing ingredients that Suzanne's loaded into it, it helps bring back that look of elasticity, like you've taken a rubber band and given it its spring back. So it helps you feel the rejuvenation of that, like, plumpness and the spring back of your skin.
Plump and spring. Who doesn't want that?
That's the bonus size. That is the big one.
Yeah, this is the big one.
Ounces.
The other thing that's great about this, if you have a Face Master, if you don't, I'm sorry you don't, because I use mine every day. This also has conductivity in it, so you can use this with your Face Master to activate the conductive aspect of the Face Master, which is a microcurrent. And then when you do the feathering, you take one wand and use it for grounding and the other, and you go back and forth. Then you're driving the sea algae into your wrinkles, and you get even better results. So that's kit number 1.
Yeah, Alan, if you could do me a favor, just because I know you guys don't have the materials in front of you. The 3 products Suzanne just mentioned, Bioactive Moisturizer, the Liquid Oxygen, and the Ageless Serum, just like make a little separation, because that's the smaller kit.
Yep.
And then that's the 3-piece kit, and then we also have the 5-piece kit where we add the 2 other products that Suzanne's going to tell us about.
Okay, so let me hold up my sign here. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, there it is. And it's the anti-aging skincare kit. Has bioactive moisturizer, liquid oxygen therapy. I love Ageless Serum, bonus 2.5 ounces. Retail is $169.97. Sale $109.99. That's 35% off. Okay, there it is for Facebook and for Instagram. Okay, and the anti-aging skincare mega kit.
Okay, so that, besides the 3 products we just mentioned, we have the Aqua Peptide, can't see it.
Aqua Peptide Firming Gel.
I love this stuff. I'll tell you about it in a minute. And then the a foaming exfoliating cleanser. So good. You got to wash your face once or twice a day, right? Why not doing with the foaming exfoliating cleanser? And it's got all good stuff. It's olive based to start with, and all good stuff in there. The Aqua Peptide Firming Gel. So you can put it on over makeup. You put a little, not much. See,
is that the thing I said was going to replace Viagra?
Yes. Yeah. So you can put it under your eye, right, and then hold it, because think spackle, you know, like hold it, and when it dries, guess what? It kind of stays where you held it to. All right. Now I'm not going to like that I'm doing this over my makeup, but I do anything for all of you.
It looks good over makeup, as long as you don't use too much.
Yeah. Well, you saw
just like half a squirt between both of your fingers will cover both of your eyes.
It feels good. Nah. You'd like this, Alan. You never use this.
I've never used it.
Yeah. You have a short attention span. You
What haven't I used?
Well, when did you last use the purifying mask?
Span. Oh.
I used it last night. You didn't.
Before you move on to the mask, Suzanne, while you're doing that demonstration, I just want to explain to people. She's using the tiniest amount between both of her fingers, and you want to start at the inner eye and do one swoop along all the way up to the temple and hold it. hold it for like 20 seconds until it dries, you're going to get an immediate tightening effect, and then you're going to get the long-term benefits of those amazing firming peptides that Suzanne has in the Aqua Peptide gel.
Or when you go out for dinner, just sit there and hold your eye back like this.
Yes.
Now, I'll go back to the beginning. Let's start at the very beginning. I got that musical in my head right now. The Bioactive Moisturizer. What I think is our best moisturizer. But then there's the Radiance Oil. But I think this, oh God, I like them all. This one is really good because it has CoQ10 in it. Why do you care? Well, you know when your kids or grandkids come in from playing, do they go out and play anymore? Do they play anymore? If they, like when Bruce was a little boy, he'd be out playing, he'd come in, his cheeks would be...
They have play dates
okay,
now.
Bruce's cheeks would be all pink, and I didn't realize that's because, here we go again, you and I and Alan and Caroline and everybody on the planet is made of cells. Cells are what it's all about. Keep your cells healthy. Cells have a shelf life that's very short. Each one replicates 50 times, and then they die. That's why I'll tell you about the senolytic activator in a minute. But inside each cell, right, is the energy center, which is called the mitochondria. And when you're young, you've got mitochondria, and you have CoQ10. And think of CoQ10, if your cell was an outdoor motorboat, CoQ10 is like the ripcord to get the motor going. It revs up the energy. And that's what's in this bioactive moisturizer. And that's why when little kids come in from playing outside, their cheeks are all flushed because the energy in their skin is going crazy, and it's so beautiful to look at. But you can have it too. So this is a great moisturizer. You put it on and you almost want to go, ah, it's so good. It's that good. Okay, liquid oxygen. Do you want to like wax poetic again about it again, Alan?
It's my favorite
It's his
product.
favorite.
I love it. I go through it.
And what do you say to me in the morning?
Where's my
Suzanne,
stuff?
Where's the stuff? This is stuff.
By the way, I didn't hold this up long
Oh.
enough to say the bioactive moisturized liquid oxygen therapy and ageless serum, the bonus, the retail value $169.97, sale $109.99. That's 35% off. Okay, there's the same deal for Facebook. There you go. And the anti-aging skincare mega kit.
That's all 5.
There it is.
That's all 5.
That's all 5. Retail $250, sale $150. That's 40% off. It's a great deal. Great deal.
So if you are new to me,
And it's all organic. There's
yeah,
there
not
are
only
no
organic,
chemicals. No
but
chemicals.
See this little black insignia right there? Can you hold that up for them, Alan?
Certainly, I'll do anything for you.
You actually would.
I would.
I know.
There it is.
What that means, it says, you can't see it because it's
No, you
so
can
little.
see it.
Certified toxic free. Very stringent guidelines. It means it's got to be grown organically, extracted organically, and nothing upwind or downwind of the product can be toxic to contaminate it. And all of our products have earned, and I mean earned, that insignia. So the first kit is the bioactive moisturizer, the liquid oxygen, and the activating serum, ageless serum.
Ageless serum.
Ageless serum. Yeah, activating serum is a whole other thing for your hair, sorry. Ageless serum. Then you can get the mega kit, what are we calling it? The holy shit kit?
The anti-aging skincare mega
Okay,
kit.
all right, and in that comes the aqua. I can't see it.
Aqua Peptide
Thank you.
firming eye gel.
Okay.
Okay.
Eye gel.
Yeah, let me say, we have the bioactive moisturizer, the liquid oxygen therapy, the ageless serum bonus, aqua peptide firming gel, and the
Gel.
foaming exfoliating cleanser.
Yeah, and this cleanser. So if
It's
you got all
for
5,
40% off.
and what would all 5 cost?
$249.95, and the sale is $149.99. That's 40% off. That's a great deal.
And it's
You know,
clean.
the bigger the kit, the bigger the deal that we can give. So we hope you can jump in on the larger kit because it's a bigger discount. And for those of you who are new to Suzanne's products, these are the anti-aging bestsellers. So The nice thing is that you don't have to convert your entire line. Just try the smoke kit and just put these anti-aging products into your routine and see how you like them. We bet you'll switch over.
Well, and they're clean and good for you. I like to think of, I've given, for those of you who've been watching me a lot, I give this description a lot. If you're new to me, you'll get the visual. When you look at your hand under a microscope, what we know of as pores look like big holes. Okay, so visualize you got a hand with big holes in it. Now put cream over it that's got a bunch of chemicals in it. Well, it's going to drop into those holes, isn't it? And when it drops into those holes, where's it going to go? It's going to go in your bloodstream. Once it's in your bloodstream, it's going to go on a rampage, trying to, you know, get into your fattiest organs and glands, the brain being the favorite, because that's the fattiest of them all. And, but if you use mine, it's good for you. You put it on your skin, your whole body, your hair, your face, all the products we have. It ends up in the bloodstream and your brain goes, oh good, I can use everything you just put on me. Oh good, I'll send those nutrients over here and those minerals over there and those peptides over there and this over there. And the whole body is happy as a result of feeding it quality fuel. It's quality fuel. It's like eating quality food.
Well, and I would say, Suzanne, I have a testimonial to read about what you're saying, because it's not only good for you, it works. We all want results. And Kathy Spanadakis says, I have bought and used the most expensive products from France and Switzerland, but nothing compares to Suzanne's line of products. What a difference. Thank you, Suzanne, Al, and Caroline.
Thanks, Kathy. I agree. I used to be one of those. I spend a fortune on all those expensive chemical stuff because they're on the first floor of the department store, and that's where all the expensive stuff is, and I just figured it was better. And these products have been life-changing for me. It's all I use. I could have anybody come to my medicine cabinet, my bathroom, where I keep my supplies, and all you'll see is this. That's all. That's all. It's really it's exciting to have been able to bring you such quality products, and they feel good. When you put them on, it's like your skin says, thanks, thanks. So, what are you doing now?
Also, a lot of people are asking about the Suzanne Selects box. We're going to do that on Friday night, guys. Friday night, we'll have the August reveal of the Suzanne Selects box. Suzanne has 2 brand new products in that box, so we can't wait to share it with you.
Yeah, and we're not having a show Wednesday, right?
We're not, because we're having a little family dinner.
Yeah. Alan and I are going to Los Angeles. We're doing a photo shoot on Thursday. And Caroline has so beautifully invited us all to dinner, and that's always a treat. She's the best cook I know. Just incredible.
Well, thank you. And it's the last graduation party for Violet.
Yeah.
Because we did micro celebrations. We did, different families at different times. So
right.
We, as much as we love to have our family dinners on Instagram, since it's actually a party for her, we felt like it was appropriate just to let her have her party.
Yay. Yay. Mm-hmm. I agree. So, it's tonight, and then it's again on Friday, and then we will resume our usual Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And you seem to like cooking shows too, so I'm going to be throwing in some more cooking shows here and there.
We have a friend on Instagram, QT Ugoni, who wants to know about the cleanser, the foaming everyday cleanser. How is it different than the everyday cleanser, this one that you have out here?
It's just a different experience. Can you I don't have the ingredients in front of me. Can you read?
Yeah, it has a light exfoliator in it. So you get round jojoba beads and bamboo, and those so it creates a gentle exfoliation. Yeah. But Suzanne has the base that you have in the everyday cleanser. It's still that very gentle base that Suzanne has always told you about. It's olive based. It doesn't have any chemical sudsing agents in it. And this one also has fresh pumpkin cells, which are rich in fatty acids, vitamin A and E, and that provides nutrition and moisture to help balance the complexion. It's if you like a little bit of exfoliation, but still want it to be gentle, this is the foaming exfoliating cleanser.
What I find is it's a twofer. Now, I don't use this on my eyes. The Everyday Cleanser is what I use to remove my eye makeup. I think with the exfoliating aspect of this, I wouldn't put it on my eyes. But I like to exfoliate my face every day. I live in the desert. It's so dry. You got to get this dry skin off every day. Just keep shedding, shedding, shedding. And this way, it's a moist, moisturizing, soft cleanser, but in there is the exfoliating, and you can really get in and get in all the crevices and get all the dry skin off. So I think you'll really like it. And you have your Everyday Cleanser, and you can switch between the two and see, is there one you like better? I switch between both of them. Sometimes I use only the Everyday Cleanser for a couple of months, and then I switch to this. It's kind of what I grab out of my armoire.
And you use the peach exfoliating cleanser too, right?
When I do the Everyday Cleanser, then at least 2 times a week, probably more than that, I use the peach exfoliating cleanser to just get that dead skin off. But with
right,
this,
that's a stronger exfoliating
much stronger.
cleanser?
Yeah, much stronger. But this
And
one,
then the strongest one is the charcoal cleanser.
yeah,
That's the strongest.
that's the one we originally made for men, and men don't buy this stuff as a general rule. Are there any men out there? Do you buy this stuff? Let's see if they answer. Because
We have about, I think, 15% male customers.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one guy here,
yeah,
and he says, in caps, "Lock up Alan."
why?
Didn't say why.
Why?
But
He won't take your woman.
No, as he said that, I thought, I've spent 2 nights in jail on 2 separate occasions for
What'd you
doing
do,
the
Al?
same thing.
What'd you do?
I was speeding both
Speeding.
times.
I've been with you so many times when you've gotten speeding tickets.
Well, I remember my favorite 20 minutes was shortly after I moved here, and I had Canadian plates on my car
Yeah.
and a Canadian license and Canadian ownership of the car.
Was
and we were
that
driving.
car I fell in love with?
That's right. And
He
we were-
drives up. I meet the man, and then on our wasn't our first date. First time he had his, like he moved to California, and he drives up in this big dark green Cadillac convertible with the top down, and that's before bucket seats, so you could sit in the front seat right next to him. And I thought, oh, I'm so in love. You knew how to woo me. So anyway, go on.
So
Wooer.
anyway, both times was for speeding. The first time I was driving through a little town in Canada, in Toronto, in Ontario, called Paris, Ontario. And it was very late at night. It was around 1 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't know that, they had a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit in this little town. And I was doing 75.
Huh.
And suddenly I heard,
Never
"Woo,
entered your mind, did it?
woo." No.
That might be fast in a little
And this
sleepy town.
cop comes up to the car and he said, "Are you aware of the fact you were speeding?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Do you know how fast you were going?" I said, "Probably 75 or 80. He said, 75. He said, "But I appreciate your honesty." I said, "So, you're going to let me go?" And he said, "Nope." And he said, "And the judge is, listen to this, the judge is asleep for the night, so we're going to put you away until the morning." I
Oh.
said, "Great."
You went to jail?
I went to jail for the
Oh.
night,
Oh.
and at 9:30 in the
Oh.
morning, I appeared
But you
before
learned
the
your
judge.
lesson.
I paid the fine
Oh.
and moved on. Then,
54 years, I never heard that story.
well, here's another one.
Oh.
When Dick Clark and I were partners
Yeah.
in the 70s, and I was driving, we were living in Beverly Hills then, and I was driving back from the San Fernando Valley. It was 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was tired, so I was speeding, going through Beverly Hills, and of course a cop stopped me,
Of course.
and I spent the night in this actually quite a lovely jail in Beverly Hills. Okay, then in the morning
As
called-
only in Beverly Hills would have.
I called my office,
Uh-huh.
and I won't name the lady who answered the phone, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because I wasn't happy with her reaction.
Okay.
And I said, "I'm in jail in Beverly Hills. I don't have enough cash with me or a check." I said, "I'd appreciate it if you can come down here." And it was, I don't know how much it was, $400 or $500.
And it was office hours.
Pardon?
And it was office hours.
It was office hours, right.
Yeah.
And she said to me, I can't do that until, and I won't mention the name of the accountant, because I love this guy. We're going to see him soon, actually, until so-and-so comes in. I said, hold it.
It's my company.
Some of that is my money. Okay, we don't have to wait for so-and-so to come in.
No.
Just send someone down with the money so I can get out of prison. And she said, I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I have to wait till so-and-so comes in. So so-and-so came in 3 hours later.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was my 2 experiences in jail.
Well, I knew the second one, but I didn't know about the first one. But actually, driving 75 miles an hour,
I know.
I'm sure everyone will agree with me, in a little sleepy town,
I know. But I was
you
young.
deserved what you got.
I was young and I had hot cars. But
Well, you were kind of...
actually the best one
Yeah.
was we were driving from San Francisco to LA, and I had the big Cadillac with the Canadian plates, and we were doing 90,
Oh,
and we got stopped.
oh,
And the policeman
Oh.
gave me a ticket,
oh.
and we took off again, and
Oh.
20 minutes later we got stopped by another policeman for doing, I can't remember how fast we were going, but we were going
You know,
fast.
like, today, at
I was young.
At 85,
Yeah.
as
Hold it.
Caroline describes you.
Hold it.
What?
I'm only chronologically
That's right.
85,
That's
and
right.
today I got the news and the documents from how old are you biologically.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name the
It
company
was
or
pretty
anything.
impressive.
Okay, but basically I am 14 or 15 years younger than I am chronologically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
And
And I'm only 6 years younger
Right.
than my chronological age.
And by the way, this
But I think
study,
because of my injury this year, don't you?
the reason it took, the reason this study took so long for us to get the results, it's a huge study.
Yeah.
It's over 100 pages.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it covers 850,000 different things in our DNA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot,
It
a
took
lot.
it took an accountant
But,
wearing sleeve covers
Oh, God.
with green shades.
but I want
Just-
to go back to why you were the way you were then. You are, Caroline describes you now as a rascal at 85. But 30-year-old Al Hamill was what? How would you describe yourself? Besides a rule breaker.
Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. How would you describe me? I'll tell you, I was impatient. And
Yeah, but that you knew about yourself. I didn't know that part. Oh, I just thought you were dreamy, so it's really hard. I don't have any, I'm not clear-eyed about it.
I sometimes had a temper.
You used to have a temper.
Yep, not all the time.
That's right. We used to want to punch people out on the freeway.
No, just
That's right. You did. I did. I'm in the car with him one day outside of San Francisco. We're on the freeway, and this guy here cuts in front of him. So then Alan looks over, and he cuts in front of him here. And then this guy cuts in front, and pretty soon they're giving each other, finger signals. And then they pull over to have a fist fight on the freeway. I thought, oh my God, I'm with my dad. But that was infrequent, Al.
That was 50 plus
Yeah.
years ago.
Why don't you come over and show him how cute you look? You just got a haircut. He was looking.
Well, while he's on his way over, I will let you know that Mark on Instagram said, "Hi Suzanne, I use all of your products. They are great, and guys do use your products."
Okay, great, Mark. I'm glad to hear that. Because when I first started writing all my books about hormones and all that, I didn't even try to gear it towards the men because only women were buying them. But then the women would go, honey, look at this, and would read to them. And that's how I got the men in on hormones. Well, here's Al.
Hello.
Hi, you look nice.
Thank you.
there.
Hi.
Yeah.
So what have you two been doing? I've been busy.
Why? What do you do?
Pardon?
What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah. What are you doing back there?
Just making sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have
Right.
to check the picture.
Right.
I actually changed the direction of the camera. I apologize to those people who are looking at the screen right now and saying, why isn't she set her screen? Well, the answer is that Suzanne called me over,
Yeah.
and so that I could
So you
be
could
on
see how
camera
cute
with
he is,
Suzanne.
yeah.
Okay, I had to shift the camera a little
Yeah.
bit. So I apologize to you people that are freaked out that she's not center screen.
How about if I
Okay,
come over
right.
here?
Well, you come over there, you're still not center
Oh,
screen.
I'm not, so I don't know
Yeah,
what you're
well,
talking
maybe
about.
you are.
On your way back, though, you could turn off that noisy air conditioner.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I can do that right now.
All right, all right.
It's
So
very nice
nice
seeing you.
Very nice.
You look beautiful this
Thank you,
evening.
thank you.
Such a quick visit out.
Yeah,
Well, I'll be back. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
he'll
going to
be
be
back.
here for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be back.
yeah, he'll be back.
And why are you taking that phone?
I just wanted to make
She
sure.
can't help it. She heard the phone go.
No, I just wanted to make sure. Oh, it was upside down. Okay.
Oh, well, that's good.
I wanted to make sure I could hear Carolina.
She did not care whether the phone was upside down or not because she didn't know because the screen was black until she picked it up, and then she saw that it was upside down, but that's not why she picked up the phone. So now why did you pick up the phone?
I wanted to see what time it was. I love knowing what time it is.
See,
When
this
I get
is-
up in the middle of the night,
Oh,
I have to know what time it is. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I have to know what time it is. I don't know why. Are you like that? I need to know what time it is at all times.
I do too.
Yeah, do you? Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, I do.
then I know. Especially in the middle of the night. If it's like 3:30, get back in bed and you go, okay, go to sleep. And I do believe that the brain believes everything you tell it. So I get back into bed because you could let your monkey brain keep you up for an hour or two. And I start saying, I am asleep. I am asleep. I am in deep sleep. I'm in deep sleep. And I keep saying that until I'm in a deep sleep and I wake up 5 hours later. That's so blessed to sleep 7-8 hours every night. It's so healthy and so good. So when I was talking earlier about cells, there's a product that we sell on our website called Senolytic Renew, Senolytic. Why do you care? If you are 65 trillion cells.
is that the one with the weird cap
No.
that has 2 pills in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in a
Not
bli-
anymore. It's now coming in a regular bottle. They
Oh.
just switched it up.
Oh, it's not a blister pack anymore? Okay. So what's interesting about Senolytic Renew is, and this is going to be a Suzanne description. So every cell in the body replicates about 50 times. And I've written a lot about telomeres, how the telomeres shorten every time it shrinks, but we're not talking about that right now. Eventually, if you're taking in a lot of antioxidants, it might last longer, but if you're eating a lot of free radicals like poor quality oils and processed food and fast food and all that, that's all poor quality food. It makes the cell membrane, which should be made from omega-3 essential fatty acids, but it makes it into a hard shell like plastic. So when the antioxidants come in and attack it, it collapses and malfunctions and dies. What you want is the membrane around your cell to be made of essential fatty acids, protein, and carbohydrate. And then that allows for water and air, oxygen and hydration to flow through. That's life, right? But when the cell eventually dies, and eventually it will, but the longer you keep your cells alive and healthy, the better off you are. And you won't have accelerated aging. Eventually that cell dies, okay? So now you've got debris. And imagine if this one died, and then that one died, and then that one died, and you just got a whole pile of cellular debris in your body. That's not good. That's like clutter. That's in the way. Senolytic Renew, for lack of a better description, this is Suzanne speak. Imagine it as a broom. It comes in and it clears away cellular debris. It's like a broom. You're just in there sweeping it out, getting rid of it, getting it into the bloodstream so you can eliminate it through the elimination process in life. I think the Senolytic Renew is one of the greatest supplements that's been engineered in the last decade. I think it's fantastic, just fantastic.
I agree. And I think
And also it's inexpensive. You take it once a week. You take 2 capsules once a week on the same day. So Friday mornings is the day we take our Senolytic Renew. So I give him, we did have it in a blister pack. I give him 2 in the blister pack, and then he knows, take these. If you're not going to take anything else, I go, take these today. And I get a peace of mind about that I don't have a bunch of dirty floors in my body, that I've cleaned it all up. I've used my broom.
Terrific. Hey, for those of you who came in late, a lot of you are asking about the August Suzanne Selects box.
Yeah.
That's happening on Friday night. Suzanne has 2 brand new products. Very, very exciting launch. So we hope you'll join us on Friday for Suzanne Selects. It's actually such an exciting box that we wanted to save it for a Friday night show. So
Yes.
tonight,
I think I'll get all dressed up for that. Yeah?
please, if you're just joining us tonight is the anti-aging arsenal kits. These are Suzanne's best-selling products in her organic, toxic-free skincare line. If you're looking to target lines and wrinkles, this is the best deal. It is 40% off the mega kit for all 5 products you see in front of you. And if you'd like the smaller kit, the products that are pictured to the right is 35% off. And these are her killer. People come back over and over again. You don't have to change your whole skincare routine.
No.
Jump in and try that 3-piece kit. The Ageless Serum it brings back the bounce to the look of your skin. She's got sea algae in there, and it is phenomenal.
An African
product.
birch. And by the way, no small thing, if you have a face master, I hope you do, the Ageless Serum also has conductivity in it, so you can use this as your conductive fluid rather than the stuff that we put in the box. So you're getting 2 experiences at once. You get a treatment with the sea algae and the African birch, and then when you do the feathering part of the face master, you can drive in the Ageless Serum, and it's really a great way to target wrinkles. So,
And also that liquid oxygen. A lot of people get confused about liquid oxygen because what does liquid oxygen do for your face? Like, we know it's amazing. We know people love it. It's very hydrating. It goes on so light, but you know, if you think of like a balloon that's sort of lost some of its air and it starts looking a little saggy and tired, liquid oxygen, to use as a metaphor, it like breathes life back into your skin.
and it gives your skin a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I live in the desert. It's now 3 o'clock in the morning when I wake up, and I go back to sleep because I meditate myself back to sleep. But before I do that, I go over and I put my light highlighter here so that when Alan wakes up and he looks over and he thinks, what is it? I go to bed and you're beautiful, and I wake up and you're beautiful. Like that. Okay, and...
So have I never seen the real Suzanne?
Have you ever? Have you ever? Wow. Wow. And you still love me.
But when you think of, you're talking about that hydration, like it's amazing that something so thin and light
Oh,
gives
that
your
was-
skin such hydration.
Thank you. That's where I was going. After, when I wake up in the morning, which is now like 7 or 8 o'clock, I get up and I go over to my little makeup bench, and this is what I put on. This is all I put on. I just squirt some liquid oxygen because my skin just needs a drink. I take a drink of water. I drink 8 ounces at least, and then I put the drink on my face, the liquid oxygen. It's oxygen suspended in liquid. Don't ask me how. And that's in itself a really fabulous process. And that's not all. It's got watermelon extract, lentil extract, and one other extract. What's the other one? Watermelon, lentil, and apple.
Apple. Yeah.
So you're getting a lot of, health is about the food we're eating or taking it in through our skin. This is food for your skin. And I believe what we feed our skin, our bodies, our GI tracts, everything determines our outcome. I really do. That's my belief. And take it seriously.
You know, when we used to go to the farmer's market on Sunday.
I want to start going to the one here on Saturday.
Okay, we used to go to the farmer's market on Sunday in Malibu. And do you remember the charming senior, the charming older gentleman who grew the dahlias?
Yeah. Yeah, oh,
and
yeah.
you would buy a bucket of dahlias.
I would just buy everything he grew, yeah.
And I remember one
They
day.
were this big.
Yeah,
And I'm not exaggerating.
No, they were huge. They were
This
beautiful.
big.
And one day, he was in his 90s.
Yeah.
And one day, while you were sort of harvesting all the dahlias, I was talking to him, and out of nowhere he said, "You want to have a healthy prostate?" And I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Healthy prostate. Eat a slice or two of watermelon every day."
Yeah.
I don't know why. What's in watermelon?
I don't know, but we still have some of that watermelon that you brought for that incredible watermelon salad, which I've been eating. I just keep going in there and slicing off another layer of it and just eating
So
it
you're
like
gonna
a
have
popsicle.
you're gonna have a healthy prostate.
I'm hoping
And
so.
I used your peach white balsamic, your Infusio, yesterday on my salad, and the Meyer lemon olive oil, both Suzanne's Infusio products. That just is so delicious.
That-
I made
your
a
lunch looks
peach and tomato
delicious.
salad with
Yeah.
burrata and tarragon chicken, and
Mm.
but it's the Infusio oil and vinegar that just makes it all perfect.
You know, the Infusio oil and vinegar makes anybody, not to diminish what you, because that's an incredible combination,
But it's true. No,
makes
it is.
anybody a spectacular
Yeah.
cook.
Yeah.
What did we have? Oh, yesterday we had, again, because tomatoes are perfect right now, we had sliced tomatoes with burrata, with Meyer lemon olive oil and vanilla fig balsamic, dollop of pesto, and sea salt and pepper. Wasn't that amazing? And
Amazing.
Alan,
Amazing.
what'd you do, Alan, after?
I
No,
licked,
don't even talk about it.
I
It's
licked a
gross.
plate.
He licked his plate.
Oh, licked his plate. That's fine.
Licked his, I
I'm
look
all for
over.
licking the plate.
Oh no! I look over at him licking the plate, and how can you not be enthralled?
See, this
I
is-
made him a great salad, and he's licking the plate.
See, this is what happens when you're together forever and you're together 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And there's no one else around.
Yeah.
Okay.
We entertain one another.
That's right. I mean, there are certain things that we do that for ourselves that actually make the other one laugh. Okay.
All the
Hey,
time.
Alan, Carrie Huft thinks that you should write a book about your life. She said it seems interesting.
Who's
That's
li-
the second person this week that told us that you
Well, it's
should
a
write a
bestseller.
book. Yeah, that you should write a book. Rick the other night told
right.
He said you should write a book. Alan's lived an amazing life. He's like, we're watching the Olympics, and he was the voice of the CBC Olympics.
I was one of the voices.
One
I was
of
a
the
commentator.
voices. Okay, I give it all to you. But like we know, we don't have that definitive voice anymore. It used to be Jim McKay, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe still is.
I didn't hear him on any of the
No,
events.
he's passed away, I think.
Okay, well then we didn't hear
But
him.
it's Mike Tirico now.
I didn't. It's not as definitive a voice as Jim McKay used to be. But you were that voice up there, and you had this. You have. This
Well,
beautiful voice.
as I'm watching the Olympics in Tokyo,
Yeah.
they're using some of the venues that they built for the '64 Olympics.
And was that where you were?
Yeah,
So you worked the Tokyo Olympics, and what else?
1964, the 18th
And then-
Olympiad.
And then what else?
Pardon? And then Mexican Olympics in 1968, where I got Montgomery's Revenge.
Well,
Maria Evans
Montezuma.
Long Beach said,
Oh,
I would
that's
read
right.
That book.
Yeah,
What's that?
Maria would
Maria
read the
Evans
book.
Long Beach on Instagram said, yes, I would read that book.
But he wrote a lot of all the parts in Two's Company, which I highly recommend you read. It's a great read. The book about Alan and I, because we felt not that what we have is so extraordinary, but we're so happy, and I
But
think.
also, we did it for our family.
And we did it for our family, but also I think that right now, with the world the way it is, you want to put out positivity, and Two's Company is positivity. And so I would write one chapter, and then he would answer in a chapter, and then I would write a chapter, and he did all that writing. You're a beautiful writer. I love
Thank
your
you.
writing.
Thank you.
It's quick and snappy and sophisticated. I like your writing a lot.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm getting a question about the bioactive moisturizer.
Yeah.
Again, if you haven't tried Suzanne's line, she basically has a cult following based on this one bioactive
I started the cult.
moisturizer.
I started the
If you
cult.
start, it's true. If you start using this moisturizer, you'll never switch. It's the perfect weight. It's not greasy, but it really, really hydrates and feeds your skin. And I noticed a difference immediately when I started using it.
Yeah. Oh, it just feels so good. It's the CoQ10. It activates the energy center of the cells in your skin, and your skin just looks better.
And it also has argan oil. It has sea buckthorn berry, the CoQ10, like Suzanne said. So all of these hydrating ingredients, no synthetic fragrances, no animal testing. It has beech tree bud extract, which supports the skin cells, and it helps to reduce the look of wrinkles. Argan oil is one of the rarest oils in the world, as you know, from Morocco. And the reason argan oil is so expensive and so incredible is that it's adapted in a plant to figure out how to survive that extreme heat. So when you put it in a skincare product, again, you're getting supreme hydration. And the sea buckthorn berry that Suzanne, I'd never heard of it before Suzanne put it in her products. It has essential fatty acids, omega-3, 6, 7, and 9 in one ingredient. So that's all essential fatty acids that help with the look of lines and wrinkles.
And makes,
I love that product.
It makes the cells as healthy as they can possibly be. Every cell needs to be comprised of protein, fat, and carbohydrate, essential fatty acids, which are in here. I mean, you know when you have a product line and you go, it's the best, and everyone goes, well, of course you're going to say that. I'm not kidding. It's the best. I mean, don't you think so, Caroline? It's not like...
Listen, I can afford to go into my department store and buy other products. I choose yours.
Yeah.
I get samples all the time from my friend who works at the best department store. He gives me samples all the time. I just give them away.
Yeah.
I'm not even free. Do I want to use them? What does that say?
Yeah. You know what?
I won't even use other products that are free.
Sometimes I have to.
So
sometimes I have to order makeup online that we don't make in our line, and I wish we would. And down the road, we're going to be making the things we're not making. But when I order some makeup online, then they send me free samples too, and you know what? I throw them out too. I don't want them. I don't want it.
And also, Suzanne's giving you incredible prices here because she's not paying for what you have to pay the markup to the department store or a shopping channel. She's not putting expensive packaging. She's not giving you all those extra things. It costs a lot of money to do the marketing and the advertising. We do it here. It's just you guys and Suzanne. So that 3-piece kit in front of you, you can get home for $109 today. 3 pieces. That bonus ageless serum, that's at least a 2-month supply. The liquid
at
oxygen,
least. Oh God, this is
the bioactive moisturizer. So it's $170 value. It's 35% off. And then if you do the mega kit, you're adding the aquapeptide firming eye gel,
which you will
and
love.
The foaming exfoliating
you will
cleanser.
love.
That's a $250 value, and you get it home today for $150 for 5 high-end products that we feel are as good, actually better than department store, organic, certified toxic-free. Good for you, good for you skincare. So
here's what I would do. I would clean my face morning or night with the firming exfoliating cleanser, because that's a twofer. It's got exfoliating beads in there, and it's also got the cleansing. Okay, so now you got your skin nice and clean, and you've rinsed it off. The next thing I would do is I would put on the liquid oxygen. Give your skin a drink. Okay, so you've cleaned it, dried it, now you put the liquid oxygen on. Then the next thing I would do is put the ageless serum on. That's that plumper upper thingy. And, this is sea algae from purified water, and also African birch used for centuries in Africa as a medicine, okay? So now you've got the exfoliating, you've got it clean, you've got the drink from the oxygen, and now you've got the sea algae for your wrinkles and the medicine from the African birch. Then I would put on the CoQ10, give energy to the cells in your skin. CoQ10 moisturizing lotion, you call it lotion, moisturizer. I love this. I love it so much I want to steal it right now, and I think that's stupid. You own it. Okay, I know. Man, I don't only play dumb, I am dumb on TV. And then finally, after you do your makeup, or before you do your makeup, it doesn't matter, you take the aqua peptide firming eye gel, and you put just one little drop, and then you put it under here, and then hold it. The way you do when you're thinking about should I have a facelift or not, and hold it up there. And then when you finish with the aqua peptide firming gel, it kind of stays there, and you go, I look better. So that's what all these products are. You can have them. They're on sale tonight, and I stand behind each and every one of them. Anybody out there have any questions? I haven't heard from you tonight, other than the nice things you've been saying.
Oh my God, you have half Kathy just ordered the 5-piece kit. She's super excited.
Okay.
I have people saying they've used, oh, here we go. Suzanne Yakona's Kitchen said, I will never buy department store products. They smell like chemicals, and I don't want chemicals on my face or body.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I love? You all, you're here because you understand the message. That's why we're all here. This is not, this is another level of understanding of what the environment has done to us, what it's doing to us, and how we can combat it by using the most high quality products that you can get. It's not even afford, because the chemical products are actually much more expensive than mine.
Yeah.
That's always interesting to me, that we're using from nature. Nature provides everything, and it's such quality products.
And also, when Suzanne uses some of these actives in her skincare products, we usually use it up to the maximum that is allowed before it has to go to, another level, like prescriptions can use higher.
Yeah.
And department stores might use a tiny little drop of argan oil, but it's expensive, so they don't use as much. They just promote it.
That's what
Suzanne's products are loaded.
That's what she said when I brought her the that expensive cream that I paid $150 for. She said, well, it's got sea algae in it, but they just throw in a couple. She said, when she finished, she goes, this is all sea algae, and then we throw in the African birch and a few other things. But it's mostly sea algae. Sea algae from purified waters is the buzzword for wrinkles. I'm 74, I've got wrinkles, but I'm not terribly wrinkled.
No, you know what? I happen to like the wrinkles around your eyes.
You do?
Yeah, because it's all from smiling
I've been
and
happy.
probably spending too much time in the sun. But so
no,
what?
I haven't been in the sun and smiling.
Well, no, but in previous years.
Probably,
I
because
mean,
I
we
was
had,
with you.
Hold it.
With you.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Hold it. Okay, I remember
the-
50 years ago, they had this great deal to Hawaii, okay? It was United Airlines, and you could get a round-trip ticket from Los Angeles
Yeah.
to, I think, Honolulu, I guess, for $149.
What?
Yes.
That's what it cost you to take me to Hawaii?
No, just a moment. That was one ticket,
Oh.
round trip, okay? And so
Round
we
trip,
talked about it.
$75 each?
There was no service. They didn't serve you drinks in your section. You were sitting there
Like today.
in the loser section, okay? But we got 2 round trip tickets for $300. Not bad.
You
right?
know what?
Okay, but let me finish
okay,
talking.
Okay, so I was going to say
okay?
something nice about
So
you.
we decided.
Yeah.
Okay,
we,
we're saving.
Or was it you?
No, it was we. I think I suggested it, but then you immediately agreed. I said, you know what? We're saving hundreds of dollars or maybe more. So why don't we buy ourselves, since we're not getting any food on the flight or drink, we'll bring our own.
Yeah.
And we'll order in from this fabulous Chinese restaurant,
Yeah.
and we'll bring our own drink, okay? And we'll eat and drink all the way to Hawaii, okay?
So
we board the
Al-Hamel.
plane, and there's nobody else in our section.
No,
There's
because we were
nobody.
in the
They're all
baggage.
sitting. They're sitting in
practically.
first class
Yeah.
or coach, and we're sitting in ho-hum, right?
I
But
was
you know
happy.
what? It was great. We
I was
put down
happy.
those little shelves at the back of all
Yeah.
the seats. We made a lot of noise and laughed.
Every phase of our life together, every chapter that we've
Yeah.
had together, we started out with nothing and no money, but I met him, and he was so famous in Canada. I thought, God, he loves me, and he's rich. But then he moved here, and he gave it all to his family, which is so beautiful of you. And now I'm in love with a guy who's not rich at all, and he's looking for a way to become who he became in this country, and you became it. You came here, and you grabbed the American dream,
That's right.
and you're so pro-America, and I love that about you.
Well, I don't understand.
Don't go politics.
No
Just so you
politics.
know, it's 5:58.
Okay.
No politics at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
This is not political. This has to do with loving your country that has provided opportunities.
Sure has.
And it's like, I think immigrants, real immigrants, understand and love the country
Yeah.
more than a lot of the people
Well, I
who
do-
were born here.
And I remember the day you went to become an American citizen.
Yeah.
And it's the only time in all our years together you said, I do not want you to come with me. And I said, why? He said, I was famous at that time. He said, I don't want to take care of you today. I want this to be about me. And I said, absolutely. So he has this pathetic picture of Alan wearing a baseball hat with the American flag on it and carrying a little teeny American flag and two people on either side of him. And all three of you were going, God bless America.
Well,
It was
I
beautiful.
sat, I got
God
there,
bless America.
Yeah.
I got there an hour and a half early.
Yeah.
And there were already probably 4,000 people in
Yeah,
this
beautiful
huge
thing.
room in the convention
A
center.
beautiful thing.
And a lot of noise. People were happy and talking and celebrating. And I sat between one guy on my right was Hispanic, and you could tell he got dressed up today. Okay, he looked fancy.
So did you. You got all
I did
dressed up.
too. He got dressed up.
It's so
okay?
respectful.
Right, and you can tell he worked with his hands. I
Yeah.
don't know what he did.
Yeah.
Maybe he was a mechanic.
Beautiful.
I don't know what he did. And on the other side was a 93-year-old Asian man in a wheelchair.
I remember that.
And I said to him, "What are you doing here?" And he said, "I want to be an American."
It made me cry. Well, that's a nice note.
Great. Okay,
I, I-
Jody Sirline.
Yeah.
Received the dresses and hat today, so cute. I'm 5'8" and not petite by any means. Hungarian, English, Irish, working girl figure. Dresses are very flattering.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
And we're now designing the next version of that, so you'll like
They
it.
were working on the fall version.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, what a lovely show. What a lovely time with you. I'll see you on Friday. And I always love this time with you, and I do want to end with this. It's not who you are, it's not what you do, it's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you. And I love you. Thank you very much.
I
Good
do
night.
too.
I love you.